Alright, good evening ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Ultimate Dirt TV. Tonight it's the Australian Speedway League IMCA Dirt Night Tour for the UMP Modifieds. We stay here in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania at the Williams Grove Speedway. My name is Brett Wheeler, thank you for joining us here. Joining me in the booth tonight again, James Rice. Ricey, we just had the 410 non-wing sprint cars have their turn around the Williams Grove Speedway. Now we get into some modifieds, some UMP modifieds. It's a different kettle of fish from what we've just seen with the 410 non-wing sprint car series.
Yes, and thanks, Brett. Yeah, it's great to be here tonight at Williams Grove Speedway for the UMP modifieds. And yeah, it's going to be one different kettle of fish, that's for sure, with these type of cars. So we're on qualifying right now as Ryan Gorton sets quick time with a 20.754. That's a 20.754. Right behind him, you've got Brendan Hamilton with a 20. Oh no, that's John Schultz. He goes second quick with a 20.915. That's a 20.915. Sorry, my apologies. Cam Taylor as well in third. He takes one spot away from Brendan Hamilton as well. So some very quick times for the top two. Lewis Clark still with a 20.7. Then you've got everyone else in the 21-second bracket. So only 3 drivers in the 20-second bracket. So, and the one man to watch, he had a very stellar performance in the 410 wingless was James Robbie. He was impressive at the very late. So, Brett, we are set to go into heat racing here very shortly. We've got 2 more cars to go. Those are Zach Masters and Joel Berkeley, the 3 from 3.
Mr. 3 from 3, the Birkenhead, as he's referred to online. A big thanks to everyone that has shared this, and of course everyone that is joining us here, whether you're if you're a repeat watcher or whether you're a first time watcher here on Ultimate Dirt TV, welcome, and a big hello to Levi as well, who has been one of our main sharers here at Ultimate Dirt TV. Qualifying, Cam Taylor Lewis Clark still the quickest with a 20.698. Brenton Hobson second quick. Ryan Gorton, John Schultz, Cam Taylor, Gavin Sadler, Todd Atkins, Brendan Hamilton, James Robbie, and Trent Gosley. As we're just waiting on 2 more drivers to finish up qualifying, and then we'll get straight into tonight's heat races, as it looks like qualifying is done and dusted, and we are going to have 3 heat races here this evening. Of course, we'll see 2 B mains as well, or might even only have 1, but we are only going to take 20 out of the 22 that have signed into the pit area here this evening. Of course, before we go there, we do need to go through your Wicked Cushions starting grid for heat race number 1. And starting on pole in the 111, it's Lewis Clark, and he's outside the 78 of John Schultz. Starting position 3, the 22 of Todd Atkins will line up alongside the 07 of Trent Gosley out of position 4. Out of position 5, the 54 of Ethan Bastain. Starting alongside him in car 47, it's Brady Baldwin. And your final row on the inside in car number 11, Lance Bainton will start position number 7. And starting position 8 will be the 95 of Zach Masters. Ricey, question is, who will pick up heat race number 1 for the UMP Modifieds?
Oh, I'm going to go with John Schultz. He's been very impressive.
Oh, Schultzy, eh? Schultzy, mate.
Yep.
Alright, you know what? I'll pick the elephant in the room. I'll go Lewis Clark. You kind of stepped on my toes there. You made me pick him, didn't you?
So, with 1 more lap around Williams Grove, Brett, what's your predictions for track state later on? We saw in the 410 wingless before, the track on entry was getting very slick and it was all topside. But if you had the car set up right on the bottom, you were a rocket ship. But any predictions in this very early stage?
Just looking sort of at the overhead cam of the view, it's a little slick going on the entry into 1 and 3. it still looks like there's a fair bit of moisture sort of in the middle of both ends of the racetrack. I don't think it's going to get a lot. I don't think it's going to get too slick. You know, not as slick as what we've seen it in the wingless cars anyway. So I think it'll be a fairly tacky night. Of course, just the 3 heat races. Of course, the B mains and then the main event as well. So, I mean, it's still got the potential to, you know, slicking off quite a bit. 10 laps on the board for the UMP modified. Schultz getting under the outside wall as we go down into turn number 1 and 2. And it is Lewis Clark, your race leader. Here comes Schultz back up on the outside of Ethan Bastain and Lance Payton as all the 22 makes contact. We got a car flipping. That's Trent Gosley, Brady Baldwin, and Todd Atkins as well, slowing on the back stretch as we complete lap number 1, and it belongs to the 111 of Lewis Clark, followed in there by John Schultz.
That was just absolute carnage. I don't know what to say about that, but definitely the some of the cars got a bit out of shape, putting the gas down on that on the straightaway. So something to look out for later on. But Lewis Clark is our race leader in that 111 car. Very nicely painted 111. Right behind him, you've got John Schultz as well in the 78. He's holding his second spot down pretty comfortably. You got Ethan Bastain right behind him in the 54, and then Zach Masters. He started out of, I believe it was tail end Charlie, Brett.
Yeah, started 8. He's avoided the carnage on the back straightaway on the opening lap, and on the 95 of Masters finds himself in position 4, but he's still, looking at the times, he's just over 4.2 seconds away from your race leader. So similar to what we're seeing in the USET cars, these guys carry a fair bit of speed as they come off the turns and down, you know, the straightaways. They get right off the gas and they, you know, let the car slide and just roll through the turns. Probably the easiest way to get around here at the moment.
And as you can see, if you watch Lewis Clark going into turn 3, coming up here, Brett, you can just see him. He's got the gas pedal down the whole way until the entry, and you just see the car just kind of pull down. He's one putting the brake on and two just letting it go. So it's definitely one of the techniques for these cars, especially around here, getting a little bit slick on the bottom side. But thus far, the car, remember, it is top 4 transfer to tonight's A main, and that car is Zach Masters. He is on the bubble, but he is slowly catching Ethan Bastain. So slowly but surely, this race will come to an end. But Lewis Clark holding out a very, very big lead. His fastest lap thus far is a 20.752, and then the next best is John Schultz with a 21.047. So quite a big gap.
You're looking at, you know, 0.3 of a second quicker than anybody else on the racetrack. Of course, you know, Lewis Clark still turning lap times in the 20.9 seconds at the moment, and well, everyone else is in the 21. So it just goes to show you he's in a class of his own at the moment. Of course, well, like I said, you made me pick him. Started on the pole position for the opening heat, and man, is he just driven away from the rest of the field. John Schultz, who, well, we know he's got some talent behind the wheel of a race car. He's finding himself sitting back by nearly 4 seconds, 3.5 seconds to be exact. As apologise, the dings coming off in the background. Lewis Clark gets the job done. John Schultz home in second. Third will go to Zach Masters, I think. Yeah, Zach Masters getting Ethan Bastain at the line. Brady Baldwin home in fifth. Lance Bainton, Todd Atkins, and Trent Gosley rounding out the field for heat race number 1 for the Australian Speedway League IMCA Dirt Nights Tour for the UMP Modified. We'll take a look at your Wicked Cushion starting grid for heat race number 2.
Your lineup looks like this for heat race number 2. Out of P number 1, you've got the 88 of Brenton Hobson. Out of P number 2, you've got the 14 of Cam Taylor. Out of P3, you've got the 93 of Brenton Hamilton. Out of 4, we've got the 8 of Nathan Clark. Out of 5, you've got the 67 of Clint Smith. Out of 6, you've got the 015 of Darren Lord, and rounding out your 7-car field here tonight, Brett, the 43 of Casey Tuller. That is your lineup for heat race number 2.
Well, like we did in race, or heat 1, I should say, for the modifieds. Let's get your predictions. Who picks up this one?
Well, you know, I'm just going to go with the elephant in the room right now, Cam Taylor.
Ooh, all right. I tell you what. Yeah, once again, you're making me pick the obvious choice. The guy that starts on pole, really impressed with his driving, and impressed with the results that he's been able to put out here on the dirt side of things. I'm going to go with the 88 of Brendan Hobson. Like I said, I think last weekend, well, pretty much the whole series, he's been very impressive in these UMP modifieds.
Yes, very impressive indeed, Braden. And it's just he's had some bad luck as a late, especially during that 410 wingless. Sorry, excuse me, 410 wingless round a few weeks ago. But it is SSR front row, Brenton Hobson and Cam Taylor. So let's see what these two can do as the pace car is off the circuit. Ready for that green flag aloft. Let's see if any of these cars having trouble off the start, like heat race number 1.
Green flag, green flag.
A green flag off, and no. Very well done, boys. Going to turn number 1 right now as Brenton Hobson is holding down first spot, only just. Cam Taylor in second. Then you've got Clark right behind him. Sorry, Brenton Hamilton in the 8 car. My apologies. Side by side, coming out of turn number 4. This race is going to be a pearler. I can just tell right now. Look at that. Nathan Clark. He is nearly all over Cam Taylor. So I was actually right the first time, Brett. So I shouldn't double guess myself. So top 3 are very close, but right behind them you've got the 67 car. Trying to get back there. Of Clint Smith, he's battling out with the 43 of Casey Taylor as well. But so far, so good, Brett. Very clean racing.
Well, we almost have to call Cam Taylor Bob the Builder because, well, Jay asked if he can do it again, and at the moment, he's not looking like that he's gonna have anything for the 88. But there's still 6.5 laps, so there's still plenty of time for the 88 of Hobbo to make a mistake or eventually, succumb to second spot as Cam Taylor just rides in behind his teammate at the moment. 4 down, 6 to go here in heat race number 2 for the IMCA Dirt Nights Tour for the UMP Modifieds. Taylor a little bit lower on exit of turn number 2 than what Hobson is. Hobson just getting the run. These drivers turning, in fact, our top 3 all turning 21.18s and 21.19s at the moment, as they're continuing to go single file down into turn number 1 and 2, I should say. Is once again a little mistake there from Hobbo, and that allows Cam Taylor to close in on your race leader.
Yeah, you just saw on screen there too, Hobson getting a good run out of turn 2, which kind of what would I say, make up for that early mistake he had. But Cam Taylor is still sticking with him like glue. So what can Cam Taylor do? The question is, can he do it again? That's the question. But right behind him, though, you got Nathan Clark in the 8 car. He's just holding on there quite comfortably. Right behind there in 4th is the 67 of Clint Smith. He's holding down that bubble of 4th spot. Remember, top 4 go into the A main. So if he can hold on, go straight into the A main. As I say, that he's got a very, very close car, the 43 car of Casey Tuller. They're side by side. So the action is on back there, but up front, you've still got Cam Taylor in 2nd, trying and looking for a way around his teammate of Brenton Hobson. It is the last lap around here, Brett, for these guys. Heat race number 2. As you can see, Brenton Hobson, if he can pull this off, it'll be very well done to him, that's for sure. I'm sure his crowd watching online as well will be very pleased with him as I come out of turn number 4. Well done, Brenton Hobson. He takes out heat race number 2 from Cam Taylor in 2nd. 3rd is Nathan Clark. 4th is Clint Smith. 5th is Casey Teller. 6th is Darren Lord. And 7th is Brenton Hamilton.
Geez, you're making me look good right now. 2 from 2. We'll take a look at your Wicked Cushion starting grid for heat race number 3. Alright, starting on the pole in the 888 is Ryan Gorton. To his outside, the 71 of Gavin Sadler. Starting position 3, car number 41 of James Robbie. To his outside, out of position 4, the 55 of Marcus Kanitska. Your third row on the inside in car number 25, it'll be Alan Solit. Alongside him in car number 500, out of position 6, is George Fullerton. And your final starter in heat race number 3, starting position 7. He is the Burkinator, Mr. 3 from 3. I can win a production sedan main event. It's none other than Joel Berkeley. Well, Rice, I'm 2 from 2. Am I going to go 3 from 3? I'll give you the choice of who you're going to pick first.
Well, I'm happily going to give that to you, but I'm going to. You never know. This person might do it from all. Actually, I'm just trying to find that person right now.
Don't make me stab you. don't make me stab you.
He is right at the back of the pack. The number 9 car, the TTL number 9 of Joel Berkeley. He's my pick, but it will take a miracle, that's for sure.
I'm going to go James Robbie, starting 3rd. You know what? I'll come back a row, alright? I think he might have something for these top 2. And it'll be 10 laps of distance around Williams-Grove Speedway. Of course, 5 miles. Track is half a mile in length. Heat number 3 of the Australian Speedway League IMCA Dirt Nights Tour, the UMP Modifieds, Williams-Grove Speedway. And after this one, Russ, we are 5 out of the 9 races, 5 out of the 9 rounds completed. I'll tell you what, we've seen some fantastic racing over the past 5 weeks.
Absolutely there, Brad, and especially in the UMP, so I was very impressed a few weeks ago with just how these guys were racing so much close together and clean. But green flag is aloft off a turn number 4. Let's see if these guys have the same issue as heat race number 1. Nope, pretty good start there as Ryan Gordon. Yes, Ryan Gordon takes the lead just, but no, Gavin Sadler on the outside. He's going to say, no, I want this spot, and does so. So, Gavin Sadler leading side by side, coming off a turn number 4. Ryan Gordon on the inside. He wants that spot back. Right behind them, you've got Kanitska as well. Then you've got James Robbie. So, action is aplenty here in this last heat race of the night here at Williams Grove. Side by side, coming up for turn number 4 once again, Gavin Sadler and Ryan Gordon fighting it out, going to turn number 1. Look at these two go. This is what we want to see right now. 2 guys belling it out as hard as they can and giving each other room. And I tell you what, Brett, if this is any prelude to later on, wow, we're going to be one. Well, let me rephrase that. We're going to be one very happy campers, that's for sure.
Oh, you know what? I'll leave you in the camp to the 9 of Joel Berkeley. And speaking of the 9 of Berkeley, he just got up to position number 4. But you're continuing to watch the battle for the race lead. Gordon on the inside in the 888. He's just going to slide up in turns 3 and 4. Sadly, going to turn it back underneath him, but cannot clear him down the front straightaway. So Ryan Gordon will lead that lap. 4 laps complete with 6 to go. I believe Gordon's just entering a little too low at the moment. I think he's making a few little mistakes, but those mistakes are actually helping him. So, well, I guess you can make a mistake without making a mistake.
Yeah, it definitely, Brett. It's a catch-22, you know, and we saw that in the last heat race. So, As I say that, you got the Burkinator, as he is referred to online, Joel Berkeley. He now picks up P number 3. So here comes my pick on the way through, but I think the laps might get to him. But Knitska, and behind him you've got James Robbie into the wall as well. So some little bit of might be some car trouble there, or just got a bit out of shape. But the action is on Ryan Gorton. He is gone. G-O-N-E. He's gone. Coming out of turn number 4, as you say that. Gavin Sadler has a very hungry 3 from 3 man. The number 9 car of Joel Berkeley. He's looking to the inside right now. He picks up P number 2. Look at that. Some great driving there as well. Gets the slide job done. So we're approaching 2 laps to go here, Brett, in this final heat race. Can Berkeley catch him? That's the question.
No. And if Berkeley's that hungry, maybe he should go to HJ's and go get a double whopper or something like that, because we know he's had his fair share of HJ's, let me tell you. Coming to 1 to go right now on Ryan Gorton off of turn number 4. We'll see the white flag, half a mile to go, 4 turns around this Williams Grove Speedway into 1 and 2. Once again, diving down low, almost catches that left front on the inside wall, but he goes under the bridge, down the back straightaway for the final time in heat racing competition. Through 3 and 4, I told you I picked Ryan Gorton. 3 winners, they started on the pole. Ryan Gorton gets the win. Berkeley home in 2nd. Gavin Sadler, Marcus Konitska, James Robbie home in 5th. Alan Solet and George Fullerton rounds out the 7-car field. Went on to Ryan Gorton. That puts another SSR car up front. But we get set for tonight's B-Main. We'll take a look at your Wicked Cushion starting grid.
Here is your B-Main lineup. Starting out of P number 1, you've got the 47 of Brady Baldwin. Out of P2, you've got the 43 of Casey Tuller. Out of P3, you've got the 41 of James Robbie. Out of 4, you've got the number 11 of Lance Baton. Out of 5, you've got the 015 of Darren Lord. Out of 6, we got the 25 of Alan Solet. Out of 7, the 22 of Todd Atkins. Out of 8, the 93 of Brenton Hamilton. Out of 9, you've got the 500 of George Fullerton. And out of 10, rounding out your 10-car field, the 07 of Trent Gosley. That is your B-Main lineup, Brett.
Yeah, and tonight, just the one B-Main. Nicely, normally we've seen over the past 4 weeks, we've had, 30 to 40 cars where we've had to require 2 B-Mains, but it's just singled out just to 1 B-Main. And what do we got going through? We should have 8 going through?
Yep, that's correct. 8 cars going through.
Righto. Well, predictions again.
Well,
see, look, even Bob King knows that Berkeley is at Hungry Jack's.
I'm surprised the people that work at Hungry Jack's where Joel lives know him by name or know what he's going to order. I'm pretty surprised. So,
all they do is they see his car and they've already got his order up on screen. Yeah, come through, Joel. That'll be $17.95. Thanks.
Just quickly, bro, I think my pick, I'm going to go with Brady Baldwin here.
Alright, he let me down last heat race. I'm going to go James Robbie. 12 laps to distance. B-Main. Top 8 go through. We send 2 home, unfortunately, but that's just the way the cookie crumbles. If you go to Hungry Jack's, I'm sure you can't get a cookie from there, so you might have to go to Subway for that one. Green flag is out. 12 laps on the board, and we are green taken away. I'm done.
I can't believe you just said that.
Oh,
anyway,
it is what it is.
Casey Tuller, 3-way battle. You've got James Robbie, Brady Baldwin, the 43 car. He's in the wall, Casey Tuller. There's a small, little, not pile up, but a little squabble. Well, that extends the 47 of Brady Baldwin's lead. So right behind you got Casey Tuller. In third you got Todd Atkins. As I say that, he spins it around, gets collected by 2 other cars, and George Fulton as well. So unfortunately, that was a bit of a incident. So maybe get that on the instant replay, Brett. Maybe. But current leader is Brady Baldwin, and George Fulton still on track there. Don't know what happened there. Still hanging around turn 2. Maybe he's just waving to the fans in turn 2 there. But
some autographs. It was tough to get that car turned around. That's what took him so long.
So we've got 12 laps to journey here. So we're currently on lap 4. So Casey Tuller has a little bit of work in behind him, as well as James Robbie is on scene. He's going down to the low side of turn 4. Can he make it into turn number 1? Can he get this car right in front of the 43 car? No, but he does tap. It is side by side, Brett. Some great action.
Yeah, Tuller and Robbie going at it side by side. They continue to battle for that second and third spot, and here comes the 93 of Brendan Hamilton, slowly mounting a charge towards your top 3, or the second and third I should say, as Brady Baldwin collecting the wall on the front straightaway. They're not too far away. They're only about 7/10 of a second off your race leader in the 47. That is Brady Baldwin. Like I said, keep an eye on Brendan Hamilton as well. I think he might have something for these top 3, as they are just struggling to get by. Well, the 41 and the 43, they're struggling to, you know, continue to fight this one out.
Some great racing here thus far by Casey Tuller and James Robbie side by side, going into turn number 3 right now. But the racing line is just above that slick groove at the moment. As I say that, these cars are getting closer and closer by the minute towards George Fullerton. So let's hope George keeps the pedal to the metal. Keeps this race going for these guys up front. But Brady Baldwin is still your race leader. But he's getting a lot of pressure behind him, that's for sure. Side by side, the guys right behind him for second spot right now. Casey Tuller. He's on the outside. Look at this three-way battle for the lead, Brett. James Robbie on the inside. Casey Tuller on the outside. Look at this. These guys are going at it. We're still nearly 3-way right here, right now. James Robbie, he's got the inside line. Going to turn number 1 now, Brett. Look at this. Side-by-side action still. So James Robbie officially takes the P1 spot away from the 47 car of Brady Baldwin. These two are duking it out, that is for sure. Side by side still. But Baldwin taps into the wall. Gets into the backside of Robbie. Puts the anchors on a little bit, but they keep on going. We are approaching the last lap, but right behind them you got... It's just action everywhere, Brett. I don't know what to do here.
Keep coming, you're doing a good job, James Robbie. 1 lap to go in tonight's B main, looking to start position 13 in tonight's main event. Brady Baldwin in second, Brendan Hamilton third, Casey Tuller fourth, and then here comes Lance Bainton in the 11, rounding out the top 5. But for the final time in tonight's B main, the 12 laps are about to be complete, and the 41 comes home victorious. James Robbie with the win. Casey Tuller's going to finish upside down. So second will go to Brady Baldwin. Third is going to be Lance Bainton. Brendan Hamilton fourth. We see Casey Tuller on screen in fifth. Sixth goes to Trent Gosley. Seventh, Todd Atkins. And eighth went to Darren Lord. Therefore, George Fullerton and Alan Solent are our 2 cars that will miss out in tonight's main event, of course. Well, we got a 2-minute warm-up, and that'll give Ricey 2 minutes to down some Sprite Zero and get his breath back and get those vocal cords ready for tonight's A-Main. We'll take a quick break here on Ultimate Dirt TV, and we'll come back with tonight's Wicked Cushion starting grid for the Australian Speedway League IMCA Dirt Nights Tour, the UMP Modifieds here at Williams Grove Speedway. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, there we go. Warm-up session done and dusted. We'll take a look at your Wicked Cushion starting grid for tonight's A main. Starting on the pole in the 111, it's Lewis Clark, and he's outside the 88 of Brenton Hobson. Starting position 3 in the 888, it's Ryan Gordon, to his outside the 78 of John Schultz.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Starting position 5 in caliber 14, Cam Taylor. Starting position 6 to 9 of Joel Berkeley. Starting position 7 to 95 of Zach Masters. Starting 8 in car 8, Nathan Clark. Starting position 9, the 71 of Gavin Sadler. Starting position 10, the 54 of Ethan Bastine. Starting position 11 in car 67, it's Clint Smith. And starting position 12, the 55 of Marcus Kinitska. James Robbie alongside Brady Baldwin in row 7. Row 8 will be Lance Bainton and Brendan Hamilton. Row 9, Casey Tuller, Trent Gosley. And your final row, Todd Atkins alongside Darren Lord. 20 starters in tonight's main event. James Rice alongside myself, Brett Wheeler, here in the commentary booth at the Williams Grove Speedway. 40 laps the distance, Ricey. Prediction again, who is going to take the checkered flag come 40 laps?
Yeah, obviously, Brett, you know, we've got my pick. The 3 from 3, the Burkinator, as he is referred to online, Joel Berkeley.
Ooh, alright, starting position 6. Tell you what, I'll go the guy that starts alongside him. I reckon he can go back to back and sweep the night. I'm going to go with the 14 of Cam Taylor. Here we go through turns 3 and 4. Lewis Clark, Brenton Hobson. 40 on the board. We get set for round number 5's main event of the UMP modifieds, and we are green here at the Grove. And once again, that second row getting all sorts of out of shape on that start as they go 2 and 3 wide, and Brady Baldwin is already around. He's had contact, the 11 of Lance Bainton as well. He's at the back, but we go back up front as we stay green for the opening lap. And nope, I just had to give it a little bit of a curse.
It's Trent Gosley.
Alright, we'll take a look at your Wicked Cushion instant replay. In fact, we'll get to see the start here as well. You watching the 07, you see the 93 of Hamilton gives Baldwin a bit of a how you going. Bainton got caught up in that. He was at the back of the field, but going into 3 and 4, it was just a case of, well, the cars coming together. Gosley around, and well, he's done the old Burkinator trick. He's just gone the old Alt F4, I believe, and that will bring out the caution flag here. So we'll come back to you live from the Williams Grove Speedway, the Dirt Nights Tour UMP Modified Series. We had a quick talk off air, Ricey, about how many cautions we were going to see here, and at the moment it's not looking too good as you down some Sprite Zero to, you know, to get some moisture in that mouth.
No, mate, I was going with the old-fashioned scotch.
Hey, no drinking on the job. I'm not paying you to drink, alright?
And just battling a sore throat and whatever it is, so gotta find some way to keep these vocal cords fucking on song. Let's just say that. So, yeah, definitely on that start, Brett. I think it might have been. I'm trying to look through the field here. I reckon it was John Schultz who got a little bit out of shape, which caused a Constantine effect on that start, which made the 14 of Cam Taylor getting a bit sideways going to turn number 1. So thankfully the guys behind him were on the anchors pretty early. But yes, it was very interesting to say the least. So here we go, folks. The iRacing Pace truck is off the circuit. And Lewis Clark leads the field away in this A main here tonight. Lewis Clark has a very, very determined 88 of Brenton Hobson. He's determined right now to get that top spot, but right behind him you've got John Schultz and Ryan Gorton in the mix. Then behind him you've got the Burkinator and Cam Taylor. So the top 6 is on. It is on like Donkey Kong.
Yeah, you've also got the, pretty much the rows, battling alongside of each other. The front row out in front, Clark and Hobson. Then of course row 2. Oh, Gorton into the inside wall. Oh wow, we just seen that on screen. He done that quite a few times in his heat race. Of course, we'll take a look at the Wicked Cushion instant replay. He done that quite a few times in that heat race earlier on that we'll talk about, where I said he was making those mistakes on that inside wall. He got away with it a few times, but come tonight's A main, he took his chances one too many times. It's just catching the left front on that inside wall, turns around in front of the field. Thankfully for everybody else and for Gordo, that he was missed. No one else actually touched him, so we'll come back to you live on the racetrack here. So it was, row 1 battling it out between, Clark and Hobson. Then of course Schultz and Gorton. That was row 2. They were side by side and battling it out. And then you also had the guys that started in row 3, Berkeley and Taylor. They were going at it as well. Of course, Berkeley too scared to start from the back like he said he would. G'day to Matt. Matt, of course, our main sponsor here at Ultimate Dirt TV, Wicked Cushion. Check him out at wickedcushion.com or wicked-cushion.com for all your dirt apparel needs. And of course, make sure you check him out on all the social media platforms as well. YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all that good jazz. I'm sure he's on there as well. So big shout out and big thanks to Matt. Lights are out on the pace truck at the moment, as we're going to go green flag racing this time by. It'll be 9 complete with 31 to go, Rice. And one thing that needs to be sort of told over the communication system for these guys: just settle down, find your groove, and make your move.
Yes, Brett, nice saying that. that is damn true, that's for sure. So Lewis Clark will lead the field into turn number 4 as he gets the pedal to the metal.
Green, green, green.
So the 111 of Lewis Clark will lead this A main into turn number 1. Right behind him, you've got Brenton Hobson. Hob is getting some pressure from John Schultz. And then the Burkinator, as he is referred to online, Joel Berkeley from Queensland. He is absolutely on song right now. Right behind, on the inside, is Cam Taylor as well. And then Nathan Clark. So, as I said, Brett, the top 6. Whoa! Maybe it was just me in this camera angle, but Nathan Clark looked like he got a little bit of a helping hand there. By, sorry, Cam Taylor got a helping hand by Nathan Clark. As I say that, Nathan Clark is in the wall. But back to the action where it is Schultz and Berkeley. Berkeley looking to the inside in turn number 1. Here we go. Race is on side by side out of turn number 2 right now. Berkeley picks up P number 3. Can he make it stick though? Yes, he does, unless Schultz gets back on the inside, which he does. Come out of turn number 4. Nearly 3 wide. Cam Taylor wants action in this. He wants to be in this action right now. And Cam Taylor is on the inside right now of Schultz. He gets put back to 4th spot. And yellow flag is out.
Ethan Bastain and Kanitska in the 55. Of course, we'll take a look at your Wicked Cushion instant replay on that one. The action happened in turns 1 and 2. And of course, we'll watch the 54 of Ethan Bastain going into turn... Oh, it was James Robbie who got into the back of Clint Smith. Clint Smith in the 67 had got the car back going again. But it was the 54 and the 55. Bastain and Kanitska who were caught up involved in that one. Of course, stopped in the middle of turns 1 and 2. That is coming back alive. That is caution number 3, I believe. That is caution flag number 3 for the evening so far. So 14 laps complete, 3 cautions, 3 laps per caution. That takes away, we've only really got 5 laps of green flag conditions at the moment, right? That's not a lot considering that, you know, this track, it's long, but it's tight, and respect is a word that needs to be thrown here, and there's not a lot of it.
Absolutely, Brett, and some of these guys just need to settle down a bit and just think there's still plenty of time to find your groove and make your move, as you alluded to earlier, but it just needs to be said for these guys, it is a long race. It is not a sprint, it's an endurance. I keep saying that week after week for these UMPs with 40 laps on the time clock. It's seems like an eternity in these cars for these type of laps, but you just got to think, you know, you won't win the race going into turn number 1, that's for sure. So, and I believe,
unless you manage to take out the field and then you won.
Pretty much so there, Brett. So, pace truck, the iRacing pace truck is off the circuit as Lewis Clark once again leads the field around out of turn number 4 for the green flag. It is aloft.
Green, green, green.
And we are green here at Williams Grove Speedway. Lewis Clark will lead the field in turn number 1. Brendan Hobson right on Song in second. And you got the Burkinator on the outside of the 14. And now Berkeley looking to the top side.
Yellow flag is out.
Yellow flag out once again. And I don't know who that was. Oh no, Brendan Humphrey.
Yeah, we've got a wicket cushion instant replay up on your screen right now. The 93 just caught the opening on the back straightaway, had contact with, I believe, the 888 of Ryan Gorton. Now, Tim, you want to see you want to have a scary rollover? We're going to go on board with the 93 in the middle of 1 and 2 right now. This is your wicket cushion instant replay. Just keep an eye on that backstretch opening, and yep, it happens just like that. It over in a matter of seconds. I'm not going to go anywhere else with that joke either. Come back live.
I hope not. So thus far, the top 6 has been action everywhere between Clark and Hobson, Berkeley, and Taylor as well. So, Brett, my pick of Berkeley's coming, but we've still got a little bit ways to go in this A main. What would be the thoughts running through these drivers' minds right now? Just like under these yellows, like there's like 4 yellows to this race, and I think some of those guys are probably getting a bit frustrated because all they want to do is have some good green flag laps.
So without trying to swear, let's get some green flag laps. That's all these drivers would be thinking, especially guys at the front, you know, because yeah, they're keeping clean out in front. It's the guys in the back, and you know things happen. You know, it's a part of racing. It's inevitable that you know you're going to see some caution flags, you know, every now and then. And unfortunately, this is just one of these tracks that happens to bring out sort of the worst in people. People need to learn to have patience, I think. And of course, it's easy for us to say, you know, while we're watching, you know, we're not out on the racetrack, you know, turning these laps and you know running side by side with these other guys. So, anyhow, 20 down, 20 to go. Green flag is back out on the racetrack, and Lewis Clark, your race leader from Brendan Hobson, Joel Berkeley, Cam Taylor, and Nathan Clark rounding out the top 5. Here comes Taylor looking down low into turn number 1 and 2. Berkeley through the middle. He gets the run off for turn number 2, and Berkeley continues to field or run in that 3rd spot as Taylor once again going to dive down low. Berkeley moves it back to the outside off for turn number 4.
Yeah, Berkeley was so close there too with Taylor on the inside. One tap would have ended their run, that's for sure. But out in front and gaining a lead is Lewis Clark in the 111. Right behind him, you got Brendan Hobson in the double 8 car. Then you got Taylor and Berkeley. They are duking it out. So that is the battle for the top 4. As Berkeley on the outside of Hobson. Look at this. Berkeley might have found something. As I say that, yellow flag out once again. And it might have been Robbie. Not quite sure.
Yep, we'll take a look at your Wicked Cushion instant replay here. James Robbie, the culprit in car number 41. So you're watching from the infield on this time in the 41. I believe they've just gotten... just got on the brakes a little bit, and then Gorton, who sort of had nowhere to go and turned the 41 around. Konitska got into the 41 as well. So James Robbie, your B main winner. Just having a look at Ethan Bastain here. What happened to Bastain? Oh, well, that's awkward. That is awkward. Take a look at the 54 when you get a chance and watch the replay. Geez, you hate to see that happen. You really hate to see that happen. This is under yellow too. These guys are pacing, and the 54 of Ethan Bastain just gets a little too close to that opening, and somehow he's back on all fours rolling. So
I don't know how that would have happened, but especially under yellow flag conditions. So, hey, I'm not a man to judge, but we've got one more rolling lap around here at Williams Grove Speedway, the half-mile circuit. So, let's quickly go through the order. You've got Lewis Clark out of P, number 1 thus far. He's been holding it down quite comfortably. In second, you've got Brendan Hobson. Third is the Burkinator of Joel Berkeley. Out of 4, currently is Cam Taylor. And 5th, Nathan Clark. 6th, John Schultz. 7th, Gavin Saddle. 8th, Ryan Gordon. 9th, Ryan Gordon. 10th, and Clint Smith ran your top 10. So, but yeah, patience, guys. It's really needed right now. And we just want to get some green flag laps and see some great racing, as we saw earlier in the night. So, Lewis Clark will lead the field off here, Brett, for the probably 5th time. So, green flag aloft, turn number 4. We are green. So, Lewis Clark will lead the field in turn number 1. Right behind him, you've got Brenton Hobson just holding on to that 2nd spot. Right behind him, you got Joel Berkeley. He is hungry right now for some HJs. So, as I say, that Cam Taylor comes back on the inside and takes away 3rd spot. Berkeley right on that back bumper though. He is determined to get past. He uses that top side, probably gets a bit too high. Loses some ground though, so he's back to P4. Right behind him, you got Nathan Clark. He's closing in. Then Gavin Sadler and Ryan Gorton as well. Berkeley, he's having some trouble right now. So, might have had some lane choice not going right. Or maybe steering wheel is not working as way it should, as he did say earlier in the night. But right now, Brendan Hobson, he has to be careful because Cam Taylor is coming. As I said, turn number 4. He's using the bottom side really good now, Brett. Brendan Hobson has to be careful because Cam Taylor has figured something on this bottom side.
Yeah, Taylor's been working this bottom side pretty much since the drop of the green flag. He's just had to wait for it to come to him, and at the moment, he rides in position 3. He now looks on the inside, looking to drive past Brenton Hobson on the exit of turn number 4. They make contact at the line. We're going to give it to Cam Taylor, who picks up position number 2, and there is Berkeley. But while Taylor and Hobbo battled it out, Lewis Clark out by a 2-second lead. Taylor, 10 laps, make that 9 this time by. 2.2 seconds is out to now. All barring a yellow or a mistake from Lewis Clark, I dare say that, well, the battle is going to be on for the minor places. We know who's going to win this.
Absolutely. Lewis Clark is G-O-N. He is gone completely. And he's using the bottom side very, very well. Same with Cam Taylor. But right behind them right now for battle for 3rd spot, Brenton Hobson. he is under siege from the Burkinator. So the guy went 3 from 3 on the weekend, just gone past at Toowoomba. So congratulations there to the Burkinator. But he picks up P number 3 from Hobson as well. So these guys are certainly battling it out. But Hobson back on the inside now. He wants this 3rd spot back. He doesn't want Berkeley to get it, but Berkeley drifts up a bit high. That might give Hobson the run he needs. No, it doesn't. He got a bit out of shape out of 4. But Berkeley, he's on a roll right now. Can he get Cam Taylor? Remember, we've got 5 laps to go, folks. 5 laps to go in this 40 laps feature, or A main, for the UMP Modifieds. But Cam Taylor, he has to watch out right now because Berkeley's got something on the top side. He's found something up there. Now Cam Taylor drifts up a little bit high, but that gives Berkeley the outside edge right now. So these two guys are duking it out. As I say that, Hobson very close there to Cam Taylor. So this is a great 3-way battle right now for 2nd spot.
Yeah, it's on for young and old right now. Taylor leading this 3-car battle in 2nd spot. Berkeley in 3rd. Well, he's in the middle of an SSR sandwich at the moment as he gets a little tight in 3 and 4, and he's going to lose a spot here to Brenton Hobson. So Berkeley just having a bit of trouble in 3 and 4 on that previous lap. Now we'll get back to the outside, but well, you don't want to give Hobbo a spot because you know it's going to be hard to get back. That's for sure, and this gap is now out to over 4.5 second lead. Lewis Clark. He is turning laps in the 21.5s and 21.6s. The other 3, well, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th place drivers, they're 21.6s, 21.7s, 21.8s, and Hobson was the quickest car out of the whole field on that last lap. So Hobbo's got something. It's just a matter of can he try and, well, he threads the needle into 3 and 4 as we got 2 laps to go. Oh, sorry, make that 1 to go right now here at the Williams-Grove Speedway. Lewis Clark, he's gone. We know Clark will win. It is the battle for the minor placings at the moment. Up through turns 3 and 4 for the final time. Lewis Clark off of turn number 4. A dominant victory as always. He gets the job done. 2nd will go to the 14 of Cam Taylor. And Hobson will bring it home in 3rd. 4th, well, luckily he wasn't kicked for flashing in and out like he was last week. But Joel Berkeley comes home in position number 4 as the fireworks go off here at the Williams-Grove Speedway. Let's take a look at your Hazard Media finishing results. So getting the win in the 111 after starting position 1. He will lead 40 laps and he will win by a 4.752 second difference from Cam Taylor, who comes home in 2nd. 3rd will go to Brenton Hobson. Joel Berkeley got 4th. Nathan Clark rounded out the top 5. Ryan Gordon in 6th. Gavin Sadler 7th. Marcus Knitska 8th. John Schultz 9th. Clint Smith rounding out the top 10. So in your top 10 there weren't too many big movers. Knitska with 4 positions. That's about it. Of course, we go over the page. And your 11th place finisher, Lance Bainton, from 15th to 11th. James Robbie home in 12th. Tonight's hard charger from 20th to 13th is Darren Lord. And in fact, he was the last car on the lead lap. And of course, these guys all finished with a DNF. Ethan Bastain home in 14th. 15th was Brendan Hamilton. Brady Baldwin 16th. Todd Atkins 17th. Casey Tuller 18th. 19th Zach Masters. And Trent Gosley, our 20th finisher here this evening. Of course, we'll see if we can get a word with our winner in Lewis Clark. So stick around for the post-race interview here from the Williams-Grove Speedway. We'll take about a 30-second break, and well, if he's not in here, well, then we'll just wrap up the show. Alright, unfortunately we're not going to get a word with our winner here this evening in the 111 Lewis Clark, so well done to Lewis Clark on a dominating victory here in the Australian Speedway League IMCA Dirt Nights Tour. The UMP Modifieds at the Williams Grove Speedway, 4.7 seconds. He beats home Cam Taylor and Brenton Hobson, finished up in third place. James Rice, your final thoughts before we wrap this one up and send it on home?
Yeah, it was some great racing tonight, but just a quick note too, it's a 40-lap race, it's an endurance race, not a sprint, so pretty disappointed with those yellows, but we can't help that. But we saw a great drive from our feature race winner tonight, so congratulations, and yeah, so we'll be back next week for some more action, Brett.
All right, that'll do it for us here at Ultimate Dirt TV. Of course, we've been live on the YouTube and the Facebook side of things, so getting the dual streams happening again. And of course, you watch the USAC non-wing sprint car series where Cam Taylor picked up the win, and of course Lewis Clark gets the UMP modified win here at Williams Grove. Round number 5 completed. We've got 4 more rounds left in the series before Australian Speedway League, I believe. Not sure what they're doing next, whether they're going to be taking a couple of weeks off, and who knows what the next dirt event is, but I'm sure you can check them out on Facebook and make sure you give them a like and a follow. Of course, our sponsors here. I also want to thank Wicked Cushion. Visit him or visit them on the web at www.wicked-cushion.com for your dirt apparel needs. Check him out on Facebook as well, Twitter, and all the social media platforms. Of course, I want to thank BK Designs. If you're in need of a logo or a paint for your iRacing car, check out BK Designs on Facebook and let him know that you come from the Ultimate Dirt TV stream and well, you want a car painted up. He does some fantastic work. If you want to get into the iRacing side of things and, well, you haven't got a computer to run it, check out SimWorks Performance. SimWorks Performance builds computers specifically to run the iRacing service. And of course, Hazza Media. Check him out on the social media platforms, Facebook, Twitter as well, and also on the web. I believe it's hazzamedia.com or hazzamedia.co.nz. And of course, I want to thank James Rice and JR Productions and Media. Check him out on the Facebook as well and give him a like and a follow. Ricey, thanks for joining us for the past 5 weeks. We look forward to the next month of action. And on behalf of everyone here at Ultimate TV, it's Brett Wheeler signing off, saying good night. We'll see you for round number 6 next Wednesday night.